What's good YouTube, Ben here, welcome to the next video on the channel. In this one, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how you can get and play the Kingdom Hearts 358 Days over 2 PC port. Let's get into this. Alright, so this is different from normal PC ports like, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Super Mario, Ratchet & Clank, because unlike those, it's not like its own program. This actually uses a modified DS emulator in order to achieve this. Now, you may be wondering, well, how is that a PC port? Well, the internal game has been made so you only have to play it on one screen, not like dual screen setup for normal DS, so everything's been remapped, retouched, and basically upscaled so you can play it on better setups. Now, in order to do this, you're going to need a copy of the Kingdom Hearts 358 Days over 2 NDS ROM, which I'm not going to, any comments to ask for how you're going to get this is just going to get deleted because it's piracy and piracy is illegal. Mine is a legal dump from my own DS. Then you're going to want to go to the GitHub page, which I'm going to link in the description below beneath all of my links. Go check those out. But I'll link this page and you want to come down here to releases. Now, the latest release was 4 days ago. Now, there was a version for macOS, however, they've temporarily removed them because of build failures, essentially. They mentioned it here. So as of right now, the most current versions are only on Linux and on Windows. So I'm on Windows, so let's go ahead and click on the Windows build. And we're going to go ahead and download. And it'll download as a zip archive. What you're going to want to do is create a new folder in the location of your choosing. I'm just going to use desktop. I'm going to call it KH. And then we're going to go ahead and open up this zip archive and get the copy of the thing out of it, which will take like a second because it's not a big file. After that, you can just delete this because we don't need it. And you've got this folder right here. Now, inside of this folder, we're going to create a new folder called ROM. It's very important. It's just called ROM. It's not called ROMs or in caps or anything. Lowercase ROM. Then open that up and we're going to drag the ROM file for KH358 over it into here. And we're going to need to rename the ROM. So we're going to call it, oh no, that's copy. I'm going to go ahead and call it ROM. Sorry, no. Oops. Sorry, no, it's called game.nds. There we go. So once you've got your copy in there called game.nds, and if you want to know how to get file extensions, very simple. Click on View, click on Show, and then that will give you file name extensions. So, once all that's in there, and you're going to want to get your controller connected unless you want to play on a keyboard. So I've got my 8-bit do Xbox Series controller. We're going to go ahead and double click on the emulator, and it's going to open up with that. And then it's going to come up into a tiny screen. Now, if you expand it, it may look like just a normal DS emulator running normal 358 of 2 days. Once we're in here, we're going to go ahead and configure our controls. So go to Input, and we're going to go ahead and just quickly remap our controls. So, of course, map them to what you want. Key the D-pad to your joystick. It's very important that you do for the command menu in the game. But we're going to go ahead and quickly just map all of our buttons so that they're all mapped correctly. X, Y, B, A... and then press R, there we go, that's all those mapped. And then if we go to the command menu and we use joystick mappings, so we're going to go, that's left, that's right, that's up, and that's down. Beautiful. Map that to your D-pad. Now, I'm not going to play far enough in to show you that the command menu works with the D-pad, because it does, because you have to go a little bit in, but this just looks like normal DS emulator running KH358 of 2 days. However, if we go into the game, and go on to whatever different settings we want, you'll instantly see with the cutscenes that it's now in full screen. It's properly scaled and upscaled to graphically improve everything. Of course, we've got to remember it is a DS game and not a remake, it's just a PC port of the original, so it doesn't really do much in terms of graphical upscaling, except when you get into the game itself. When you get into the game itself, it does not look like a 320 resolution screen that's been clipped up. It actually looks pretty decent. Like, considering it's a DS game, it's just a PC port. Now, all the controls and everything have been remapped to basically work with the single screen. Like, for example, you press Start, and this will take you to this menu, which then, of course, dual screen, so you can see all your stats. But the main game itself is fully upscaled, which actually looks really nice considering this is a DS game, and the DS is known to be quite underpowered. But it all works perfectly fine. Go ahead and just talk to Axel. Like, everything has just been upscaled to make it look a lot nicer. But yeah, let me know what you think about this video in the comments down below. Don't forget you can also support the channel further by becoming a channel member from as little as 99 pence per month here in the UK. And don't forget I do live stream. When I go live here on YouTube and over on Twitch and Kick at the same time. When I go live here on YouTube, it's in shorts form, so it's more for mobile. But if you want to catch the same streams exactly the same time in full 1080p, then go and join me on Kick and on Twitch. Those links are down below.